Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Welcome to the Dhammapada program. This is number 56 verse of the chapter 4 entitled Flower. Thank you for coming. Appamatto ayam gandho yayam tagara chandani. Yocha sila vatam gandho vati devesu uttamo. This is the verse number 56. Literal meaning is the fragrance of agara, the type of flowers, and of sandalwood are very faint. But the scent or the reputation of the virtuous is the strongest. It spreads even to the abodes of the divine beings. Abodes of the divine beings. That is the scent or the reputation of the virtuous one. One day, Venerable Kasyapa, a great disciple of the Buddha, he was just arising from the temporary suspension of mental activities called Nirodha Samapatti. What I am going to discuss is going to be a little bit very deep Dhamma, but I know you are intelligent, educated ones, you are capable of grasping at least a bit of this Dhamma. It's too deep to understand, but try your best to be mindful and try to listen to how I explain it. Then the Venerable Kasyapa was arising from the level of Nirodha Samapatti. Nirodha means free. Samapatti means a temporary suspension of mental activities. Nirodha Samapatti. A temporary suspension of mental activities. The mind is always working, always. But here, a suspension of mental activities. That is called Nirodha Samapatti. Venerable Kasyapa entered into an area where poor people were dwelling in the city of Rajagha, farms food. When he came out of Nirodha Samapatti, he wanted to go for alms round, for begging food, and he thought to whom he should give this opportunity, because it's a great opportunity for anybody to offer dana to a great monk who is coming out of Nirodha Samapatti, the temporary suspension of mental activities where he was in contemplation. Temporary suspension of mental activities. So his intention was to give this rare opportunity for someone who's poor, for gaining great merit as a result of offering alms food to one who had just come out of Nirodha Samapatti. Nirodha Samapatti. So, when he went to the village, the devas, divine beings, one called Sakha or Sakra is had to be the head of the divine beings. He had certain powers, took the form of a poor old weaver and came to the Rajagaha with his goddess. We don't call queen, but his goddess, Sujata. Her name is Sujata. Venerable Kasyapa stood at their door. The poor old weaver. Now you see this Sakra, the head of the gods, and his goddess, Sujata. They appeared on the way of Venerable Kasyapa as a weaver, a poor person. When Venerable Kasyapa came to them, this weaver took the bowl of the Venerable Kasyapa and filled it with food. Very smelly, delicious smells of food. The curry is spread everywhere. Of course, Venerable Kasyapa understood that this person was not an ordinary person, and that this was a divine being, or head of divine beings. Of course, even though he was the head of the God, the realm where there is no opportunity to offer dana to monks. So saying Sakka and his goddess Sujata left Venerable Kasyapa after paying their due reverence. The Buddha informed this matter to the monks and explained to them. But they addressed the monks. Monks, the reputation of a virtuous one, like my disciple Kasyapa, spreads far and wide. It touches even to the divine world. Touches you into the divine world. See? So the reputation of virtuous one is such. This verse is of the immeasurable reputation of virtuous ones. The scent of virtuous ones goes beyond many boundaries of human beings that they venerate and honor. So, in reality, the reputation is travels, timeless, limitless, borderless. The reputation of virtuous one. Moral qualities is such powerful thing. And what are these we call samapatti? Venerable Kasyapa was in a samapatti. The virtuous ones are venerated even by the divine beings, the Buddha said. Why they pay respect to human beings, so-called divine beings, gods? it is really to the moral qualities of human beings that they venerate and honor. Here we find a great ethical stage of Nirodha Samapatti. Nirodha Samapatti. To go into details about these Nirodha Samapatti. What are these Samapattis? The term Samapatti means attainment. One great attainment is the Maha Karuna Samapatti. Maha Karuna Samapatti, which means the attainment of great compassion. Great compassion, Maha Karuna. It is therefore wonderful method used by great arhants, enlightened ones, for the welfare of mankind and other beings. It is the great compassion in which the Buddha is represented when rising and surveying the world to look for beings to be worthy of his mercy. This is a habit of Buddhas. Early in the morning when he wakes up, he was surveying the whole world to look for beings to be worthy of his mercy. The Buddha acquired the uncountable number of samapattis. Uncountable number of samapattis. There are 8 attainments or atta samapattis. 8 attainments, samapattis. The first jhana. Jhana is a perfect state of concentration. A perfect state of concentration. Or a meditative state of profound stillness. A deep concentration or a meditative state of profound stillness. That is called the first jhana. Then the second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana. First jhana, as I said, perfect state of concentration, a meditative state of profound stillness. So there's first stage, the second level, third level, and fourth level we call fourth jhana. The realm of infinity of space is the fifth one, Akasanyayatana. Akasanyayatana, a realm of infinity of space. Here, the meditator sees nothing but the developed space. And it is not a reality, but a mere concept. On this concept, he concentrates thinking, Akaso Ananto. Space is infinite. Space is infinite. Akaso, space, Ananto. Space is infinite. Until he develops the first arupa jhana, Akasanyayatana, the realm of the infinity of consciousness, Vijñānañcāyatana. from Akasanya Sanyayatana, that is the first Arupa Jhana, or infinite space, then realm of infinity of consciousness, infinity of consciousness, Vijnanancha Yatana. Here the meditator concentrates on the first Arupa Jhana, thinking Vijnanang Anicca. Vijnanang Anicca. Do you concentrate sometimes? So infinite is consciousness. Akaso, then consciousness. Until he develops the second Arupa Jhana, Vijnanancha, the realm of nothingness, Akinchayatana. So that is another state. Akinchayatana. Na means na kinchi, akinchi. There is nothing. Na means nothing. Akinchi, there is nothing. Nihilism, nature, nothingness. There is nothing. Na kinchi. Kinchi nati. There is nothing. Nothingness. Nihilistic nature. It's very deep to understand. But try to. These things exist, these things are there, but we can achieve, we can do. But it's beyond the grasp of the ordinary, uneducated population. To develop this third Arupa Jhana, the yogi takes for his object the first Arupa Jhana, consciousness, and thinks, Natti Kinchi. There is nothing whatsoever. We try to see these things. There is nothing. Nothingness. There is nothing whatsoever. These things he begins to see. And nothingness, this is the third Arupa Jhana, is so subtle and refined that one cannot definitely say whether there is a consciousness or not. Whether there is a consciousness or not. It's so subtle and refined that one cannot definitely say whether there is a consciousness or not. These things to be seen, not with the eyes, not with the physical eyes, but inside. The realm of neither perception nor non-perception. Never sanya, na sanyayatana, we call in Pali. Realm of neither perception nor non-perception. This fourth Arupa Jhana consciousness is developed by taking the third Arupa Jhana consciousness as the object. As the object. As he concentrates thus on the third consciousness, he develops the fourth Arupa Jhana. What is meant by sanya? It means to think. To think. Perception, sense, consciousness, perception, sense, consciousness, and recognition, awareness, assimilation of sensations and emerging. These are very difficult, but you don't imagine, but these things are not something to be imagined, but these things something to be attained. An example can be given like this. There is a special there is a special level of consciousness which is named Sanya Vedayita Nirodha. Sanya Vedayita Nirodha. Cessation of consciousness and sensation. Cessation of consciousness and sensation. The arahants, the enlightened ones, are called Sanya Viratta. Sanya Viratta, free from consciousness. That means they are not subjected to the influence of sensations or any impact of consciousness. Do you understand? Do you understand? I try to understand. It's also hard for me to understand, though I explain these are things to be seen, but step by step. But with the Dhamma, when you learn these things, you can guess and can feel. But if you do not know the Dhamma, then it's hard to understand also. But I am trying my best to explain. These things exist. The arahants are also called Sanya Vimokha. Sanya Vimokha. Emancipation from consciousness. Free from consciousness. Completely. Therefore, salvation or highest happiness in Buddhist sense is the freedom from the impact of any level of consciousness. Any level of consciousness. Can you imagine the state of there? How we will feel. We cannot even guess how it will be, but it is something to be attained and felt. With insight, we can see those things and feel those things once we attain that. But Buddha has taught these things and how hard it is, the deep Dhamma. But this is the reality. Try your best to understand little by little, little by little, gradually, to understand this Dhamma. More you read, more you understand, more you will be peaceful, more you will be joyful, and it will open your eyes. And then it will be helpful for you to develop insight. Thereby you can see these things. That's what the Buddha says. Yo dhammam passati somam passati. A fully attained, enlightened Buddha. You want to see me, see the Dhamma, then you will see me. This is the teaching of the Buddha. All right? Thank you for coming. May you all be well and happy.